どうも、河野和夫でございます。バニッシャー続きプレイしていきたいと思います。ということで、こちらの水車小屋に行くっちゅう感じですね。ここに何らかしの手がかりがあるということでございます。では行ってまいりましょう。シェルターから、ここね。
Looks derelict. Is he really inside?
I can't help you.
これか。
Still impressive.
復活の儀式を日常的に用いる言語に翻訳しようとしたもの。
Deja vu.
He tried his hand at several translations.
This Roulet lad seems dangerous.
His apprentice seems to be following him down the same path.
So, what are you hiding in here, evil spawn?
Glancing at the original writing, Lammy's work was poor. No wonder the ritual he spawned for Caleb from those botched words of power went wrong.
もうこれ以上は待てない。父さんは説法したり、行政員の仲間たちと談笑したりするだろうが、言葉では人々を救うことはできない。僕たちには力があるし、果たすべき義務がある。評判を気にして、萎縮してはいられないんだ。でも父さんはいつも名声を失うことを恐れている。だから、亡霊払い機を作るのをやめ、僕がこっそり作り方を学ぶようにさせた。恥ずべきことだ。父さんが行動しないのなら、僕が行動を起こす。
He doesn't speak well of his dad.
He thought he was better. That's not a particularly difficult task, in fairness.
We need to get to the top floor. Bet we'll find something.
対象は即で僕の存在を感知した。薬剤が対象の顔に特定の影響を受けることはない。何がテストを研究してんのか。
Why did he feel like he needed so much protection?
It's just a lift. Why is this mechanism so complex?
More magic muckery. He wished to disguise his presence, or perhaps to distract from it.
That book, again.
The Agrippa. That's not good. Not good at all.
What level of not good are we talking about exactly?
This book promises eternal life, but the promise is a trap. Let's hope it hasn't been used.
Should be useful. The lift should work now.
こっからだったんだ。はあ、びっくりした。
All this is more serious than we thought. I'm apprehensive. Not just because we're going underground.
We'll be careful. We don't know what Lammy was up to, and the signs are not encouraging.
You know, I could get to like it underground. The darkness, the gloom, the cool air.
Really?
No, not really. Not at all. Hellspawn.
なんじゃありゃ。
Another sorrow used as a guardian.
Aim at the pillars. makes it stronger.
あとどこだ。やべやべやべやべやべ。どこなんじゃ。たたたたた。
Pay attention. Move it, Red.
Away with you!
Trouble's about.
When all this is over, I might retire.
You'd miss it. You know you would. You need to see this. Dead animals, again. Different symbols and magic. Seems they were used as bait. Is this how we got through the Sorrow's vigilance?
So, here we are.
I suppose now we step into the void.
Suppose we do. Dark rituals, void breach, general weirdness. Lammy can't be far.
Wards, you're on your own. Creepy hideout. The Governor's spawn likes a bit of drama.
This one's different. Looks like it died diseased.
亡霊の出現は制御できるものである。少なくとも豊富な種類の儀式に関する知識を持つ同士ならそれが可能だ。これらの儀式は細心の注意を放って執り行わなければならない。そうでなければ制御不能となり致命的な影響が及ぼされる可能性がある。判読不可能な投式。わずかであっても呪文が異なっていて適切な防衛策が講じられなかったら亡霊は出現するだろう。でも悪魔学者の考えに屈しはしない。亡霊が出現すると多くの人々が負傷し亡くなる危険があるし、さらに悪いことが起きる可能性もある。だからこれは避けるべきことである。
This is some dark, sideways magic.
It's forbidden. I've read it.
Sometimes I worry about you.
ER というイニシャルが書かれた手書きのハローズの地図。使われなかった風車と神の土地にある墓地に丸がつけられている。この2つの場所、アラルと聖者の闇や聖界の間にあるベールがとりわけ薄い。
What is this thing?
Banisher rule number 4.
If it oozes, don't touch it. Another botched experiment?
It may be native to the void.
これずっと空気を研究してたってこと？
So, you can see me. Aren't you full of surprises, young Master Haskell?
You may talk. A Banisher ghost. Amazing. How on God's earth did you find me? Never mind that. Thank the Lord you did. Thought I was going to grow old in here.
お前空虚に隠れてんのか？
As hiding places go, the void is quite the choice.
Yes, an amazing place. Or plane? World? The Araloo is not easily described, but it makes a fascinating study. Tell me, how did you get past the Guardian beneath the mill? Did you use a decoy?
We fought it. Don't change the subject.
You fought it? Of course you did. A good thing too. I was starting to think it was wise to me tricks. Oh, but I have so many questions.
This isn't a social call, kid. And we're the ones with the questions.
Oh. Oh. Of course.
ここで何をしてるんだ？
From the looks of this place, you're knee-deep in research. What are you doing here exactly?
Searching for the origin of the Harrow's plague, of course. And I have a theory on the subject.
Of course you do. Go on then.
Now, at first, I believed the water poisoned, but my father sealed the well, and yet folk remained sick. They looked for witchcraft, a foolish, uneducated suspicion, yes, but with some truth concealed behind it. You see, the Araloo taints New Eden. Its influence leaches into the Harrows. The evidence is everywhere.
アラルーについて。
By the Araloo, do you mean the void?
Neither name does it justice. This place is beyond words. The Araloo, Mr. McCraith, is made of the very fabric of our primordial myths. Isn't it amazing?
How can you be sure the void has tainted the region?
In New Eden, the threshold between our plane and this is thin. Even I, a novice, may reach the frontier and then go beyond. I also believe it happened before. Some years ago, New Eden was hit by another epidemic.
Yes, we learned of it in Fort Jericho.
I believe that first epidemic was caused by the porosity of the frontier between New Eden and the Araloo. Although, where theirs was an affliction of burning flesh, ours is a corruption of mind and spirit. And I believe I have found its source. There is a substance, a strange ooze. You may have noticed it. This, I believe, is the true source of the Harrow's poison. It carries a particular stink, on the scent of which I experience first confusion, then a loss of control over my limbs.
発生源。
What do you expect to find?
To find a cure. The ooze seeps into our world, sickening us. I may be able to stop it. Unfortunately, I cannot reach the source. The Araloo is a formidable place. Tricky. A maze constantly evolving, changing, reshaping itself. The isthmus, for example. I found an oozing crack in the ground. The terrain then remade itself, and I can get to it no longer.
Perhaps we might be able to find a way through and take a look at that source.
Would you? That would be splendid. Would you mind taking notes?
ケイレブ・ワットソンについて。
We must talk of Caleb Watson. Why in the hell would you give him a resurrection ritual?
Ruth's death hit poor Caleb hard. He was alone, and so I would often stop by his workshop. We talked. He took a keen interest in my studies and was a good listener. When he learned that she could possibly return, he had one question. How?
You saw his grief as an opportunity to test the effects of the Lesser Palingenesis.
Oh, you know the ritual too? Amazing, isn't it?
I've studied it. The actual ritual, not the mangled version you gave Caleb.
Yes, and I'm sorry. I found it in a copy of De Occulte Philosophia by Cornelius Agrippa von Nettesheim. A remarkable book.
I've met my fair share of illustrious occultists, and none owned an authentic Agrippa. Much is lost in translation or altered in the printing. I doubt your copy is an exception.
正しくない本なんだ。
Of course. The power is in the words, and mine were wrong, so the power went awry. How very fascinating.
あなたは研究のせいで自分の身を危険にさらしてるんだ
Are
よ。
you aware of what would happen if people learnt of your studies?
Surely the acquisition of knowledge cannot be a sin.
Will you still say that when Pennington accuses you of witchcraft? You must remember Deborah.
Miss Comenius. Yes, of course, I remember.
Your father tasked us with an investigation. One way or the other, we must return with the mystery solved.
Ah. I think I understand what you're saying. I might be in a tiny little bit of, danger.
You see ghosts. You stroll the void as if it were your garden. You possess and share forbidden rituals. Who are you really?
I'm Lammy Haskell, and I'm a man of many sciences. I am in fact a true pursuer.
That raises more questions than it answers.
What are the pillars of the universe? Which principles underpin existence? As occultists, do we change the world or scratch upon its surface? Each discipline I embrace peels back a new layer of reality. I'm yet at the beginning, and see where I already stand. Amazing, no?
誰があなたに教えた？
You did not find the void breach beneath the mill by accident. You had help. Who taught you?
I did my research.
Suddenly, you're a man of few words.
I'd rather not involve those not present. Discretion, you understand.
あなたの命をかかっている。
We find you up to your neck in the blackest magic, speechifying about your transcendent journey. Your life is on the line, Lammy.
We must counter the devil with knowledge of his tricks. That, my father always said, is the purest of God's work.
Aye. I can imagine your father saying that.
When I was 10, he gave me my initiation. Demonology, sir, as he would say. He saw me as his heir. Then, of a sudden, the books were forbidden. So I stole them. The very same books he'd forced upon me as a boy. I understand them where he does not. I did no wrong, apart from a little theft.
You've studied demonology. Did you do it alone?
When my father forbade me to continue, I confess I disobeyed him in secret. Those big books were very boring until they were forbidden. Suddenly I could not get enough of their secret knowledge. Funny, eh? More recently, a good friend of my father showed me that I had only been scratching at the surface.
He taught you in secret.
On his visits, I would assist him with the research for the writing of his books. When the curse fell, he fled with thick-skinned Newsmith and left all his work behind. I hope he made it. I'd surely like to one day show him the advances I've made upon his work.
Let's go take a closer look at that ooze then.
And with that sorrow gone, I can leave. Do be careful. My home is your home. If you need anything, help yourself.
The Araloo is not your home, Lammy. But thank you.
Hmm. 父親の不正を正すに気に入った魔法を学んでいる。
Pardon my morbid enthusiasm, Mr. Stuarte, but could I ask you a few questions?
What do you wish to know?
Do you still need to eat? Do you feel hunger? Sorry, it's just you're the first ghost I've met, in person, as it were.
I don't eat. Not in the way you do. I feel hunger. Again, not in the way you do.
Fascinating. And can you touch things, smell them? Are colours the
質
same
問が
as
多
you
いな、こ
remember
の
them?
ガキャ。
My senses are different.
Antea, we should get going. So, the pious governor's unassuming son is our evil Harrow's witch.
一旦ここで終わるか。
The more powerful the loose cannon, the more dangerous it is.
はい、というわけでございまして、今回はここまでとさせていただきます。また続きプレイしていきますので、よろしかったらお付き合いよろしくお願いします。ということで、よろしかったらチャンネル登録と高評価もよろしくお願いいたします。ということで、今回は以上でございます。ありがとうございました。